warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. So, I bet we met previously in the different laboratory, which is ECH 3905. So, we met again in ECH 3903. So, this is the virtual briefing on material engineering laboratory. So, for this course, I'll be the only one uh, coordinating the course. Okay, moving forward to learning outcomes. Basically, there are three learning outcomes of the course. The first one is to compare the application and handling of various analytical instruments, which is denoted by C4, which is cognitive 4. And second one is to calibrate parameters by considering the error of measurement device, psychomotor 5, sorry, psychomotor 5. And the third one is to present report in writings and oral as a group, which is we should address A2 effective 2, CS communication skills and leadership skills. Okay, these are the list of experiment for ECH 3903. The first one, which is on next week, will be solution and dilution. And we have chromatography HPLC, chromatography GC, spectroscopy UV spectroscopy AAS, spectroscopy FTIR, microscopy LM, light microscope, a particle size analyzer, thermal differential scanning calorimetry, and mechanical DMA. Okay, so basically you can see, right? We have two types of chromatography and we have three types of spectroscopy. Okay, these are the location uh, for solution and dilution experiment 1. So remember all the symbol, because the symbol will be translated in the table that will be given to you after this. And please remember the location of the experiment. So experiment 1 should be in Biochem lab. Biochem lab is just next to MCL lab. In case you do not know where is MCL lab, MCL lab is the most important lab in our department, um, which offers the service, and usually most probably you're gonna have to deal with them during your final year project. So MCL is situated in the new building. It's the first row of chemical engineering new building, next to the biochar plant by Prof. Azni. If you know, uh, it's like I think in front of the uh, food and process engineering laboratory. So you should find that in the area. Okay, so MCL, and then HPLC in MCL, GC in MCL, UVVs in Biochem Lab, FTIR in MCL, AAS in MCL, uh, LM in Biochem Lab, Size Analyzer in MCL, the SC in MCL, and Mechanical DMA in MCL. So you will do the experiment except for mechanical DMA because of the safety issue, so it cannot be uh, it cannot run concurrently with other equipment. Okay, so as usual, please record your attendance. Okay, make sure you record your attendance, right, every time, because I have loosened up the attendance, the attendance record between I think 1 until 7. Sorry, 6. Okay, so hopefully there's no excuse anymore that you forgot whatever it is. If not, I'm not gonna tolerate with that. Okay, please make sure that you remember to record your attendance every time. Okay, so this is the timetable. There's a slight changes here. I mean to say that you can remove. Sorry, this one will be adjusted to week 2, solution and dilution. Sorry, I think let me add another one. Okay, week 2. Eleven, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so brief solution and delusion will be in week 2. Okay, and most of the time, if you can observe, because we want to follow the SOP and the social distancing, so that's why if you are aware, we have divided the groups into 10 groups to make sure that the number of students in one group is lower or smaller, to reduce the number of people in the lab. And one more thing is, we try to reduce the number of laboratory, especially at the same time, because we want to avoid the crowded people in one laboratory, since laboratory is a closed area, right? So it's not good, and we don't want to take risk. So this is the reason. And course instruction: each group is compulsory to submit the approved pre-lab report through Putra Blast, and the submission must be updated in WhatsApp group. Okay, please show to the laboratory officers or the science officers the proof of submission before you can proceed with the experiment. So we have made it very compulsory for this time for you to prepare the pre-lab report, which consists everything except the results and discussion. Okay, so that you are aware what you are expected to do. And next one is, each group is encouraged to send representative to conduct the experiment as the SOP precaution in the laboratory. So according to the experiment, there are experiment that only requires one representative of each team to be present in the laboratory. So that's why the pre-lab report is compulsory for this time around. And next one, make sure that your sample is approved by the laboratory officers for each experiment except GC and HPLC. Please take note of this, right? Because if I know that you reported to me or you told me about this thing again, I will not tolerate this. Okay, remember that your sample has to be approved by the science officers for each experiment except GC and HPLC. And the sample approval, which must be done through email, should be submitted to Petrobras, because I don't want you to meet them physically. Okay, so you can conduct it through email or through WhatsApp if you have the number. If not, you can just make it through email, and make sure everything is recorded and submit to Putrabast. Okay, for the cost evaluation, 100%. So for this time around, there will be test one, which covers 10%, and there will be a final project general report, 20% to address LO1. And next activity is calibration of parameter, error of measurement. So this one, for this task, you should ask the science officer on the calibration data. Okay, so after this I will explain more, which carries 10 marks. And next one is pre-lab report, which is 20%. And next one is weekly data analysis. This is 25%. And last one is final presentation, 15%. Okay. So in details, final project general report, pair up with another group. The duration start from week 1 until week 12. So basically you can start right away. And the scope of research must be a niche which combines at least 2 material analysis methods. And use your own sample, and it has to be different from the other group. So I want to make sure that every group is different, and For this case also, you have to get approval from the science officer and submit the proposal to Putra Blast by week 4, subjected to the approval by the MCL science officer, and submit the journal report by week 13. Okay, next one is error of measurement. Please choose one experiment of your own choice, and you can consult the MCL officers on the calibration raw data of the chosen equipment. Okay, from the raw data, and then kindly show the error of measurement method of the experiment using Excel or any available application. Please refer to the available resources online, and present the method of measurement in video format. I will not accept any kind of report or any kind of written report. So it should be in a video report, a video format, and submit the video submission to Putra Blast, and or you can upload in YouTube and give me the link together with the number of likes. So next one is the test, 10%. The test will be conducted to evaluate the understanding of material engineering. If I'm mistaken, you have learned this course before, right? To the laboratory. And the test will be conducted before week 7, and whereby the format will be open-ended, and you have to submit the test soft copy to Putra Blast. Okay, for the pre-lab report and weekly data analysis, read the manual before each class. Make sure you put on the lab coat, the covered shoes, and attire and appropriate safety tools. And strict SOP must be followed during the session. Failure to do so will be reported to the faculty. And next one is pre-lab report before every experiment is compulsory. The report should be sent one day before the class for you to be able to be enter the laboratory. If not, you will be denied permissions. And brief presentation to the science officer, assistant engineer prior to the pre-lab report is strictly necessary. Failure to do so will cost you for no laboratory session for the day. And you have to remember that the according to the timetable is quite tight, right? So basically, you should make it during the session. Okay, no hard copy is allowed as usual, and long report is for week 4 and week 8. The rest are short reports, and the short report must be submitted 24 hours after the experiment as usual, and long report must be submitted 1 week after the experiment. And the soft copy of short and long report must be sent to Putra Blast. The rubric can be found on the lab manual. And for the weekly data analysis, it should include the data collection and how you collect the data, and the discussion on the data. Okay, next one is final presentation. The final presentation is on week 14, because there are some changes just now. So week 14. And the findings of the final project will be presented, and the presentation must be in video submission or Zoom session. The format will be advised later on according to the current situation. Okay, that's all for ECH 3903. So I really hope that this time around, make sure, right, we have to prepare the pre-lab report. Remember, yeah, this is something new that we introduced in this laboratory. We have to prepare the pre-lab reports beforehand, before you conduct the experiment, and you have to contact the science officer if they allow you to be in the laboratory, all of you or only one representative. And I have discussed with them, and they basically, we have agreed that you send only one laboratory. You send only one representative. Okay, so make sure you contact the science officer accordingly right now. Okay. Okay, so I think that's all for today, and please drop your question, anything, the QA in the comment section down below. And I just hope that for next week, remember, you can contact Miss Hazira, find from the website, and also Miss Hazliza. Ask them what are the things that you require to bring for next class. But make sure you read the lab manual first. Alright? Okay, so all the best for this semester, and enjoy. Okay, stay safe. All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you.